Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict the price trend of Palantir stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Palantir stock fell 8.8% in pre-market trading on Tuesday, and the stock price fell to $112.90. The stock was sold off in large quantities in the early and late trading on Monday, which indicates that the stock is about to enter a correction mode. Although Palantir's first quarter results achieved profit and revenue growth and raised its full-year performance expectations. However, due to its overvalued stock price, some investors sold their chips in advance to avoid the risk of price correction, causing the stock price to lose its upward momentum. The current position of the stock is the same as the highest position of the stock price in February. Some investors may use the price trend of the stock in February to predict the price trend of the stock in May, but I think this is unlikely to happen. The stock has accumulated a lot of long capital in the low area in April, and these long capital have not completely exited the market, so even if the stock price faces correction pressure, it seems difficult for the shorts to significantly lower the stock price. As for the latest quarter, Palantir's adjusted earnings per share in March were in line with Wall Street's expectations of 13 cents. At the same time, revenue increased by 39% to $884 million, higher than the market's general expectation of $862 million. Palantir currently expects full-year sales of $3.89 billion to $3.9 billion, higher than the previous expectation of $3.74 billion to $3.76 billion. Palantir expects revenue of $934 million to $938 million this quarter, higher than the analyst's forecast of $899.4 million. Palantir is a hot stock and has a large and very loyal investor base. These investors seem to continue to ignore the company's current valuation and pay more attention to the company's future value, which makes the stock very expensive at present, so a stock price correction seems inevitable. After President Trump's election, market enthusiasm for Palantir continued to rise, and some investors believed that the company could receive more contracts from the U.S. government. William Blair's government contract tracking data showed that Palantir is well-positioned to win a large number of defense contracts, and the company is aligned with the current administration's efficiency initiatives. Despite this, analysts expect the company's stock price to remain volatile as revenue is expected to slow in the second half of the year. Although the stock has been sought after by investors, sometimes you have to value a company based on reality, especially the ratio of revenue growth to stock price growth. Some investors often consider the value of a company based on a discount mechanism, which is also realistic, especially Wall Street analysts. We see that based on the rating data of 9 analysts on the stock in the past 3 months, buy, hold, and sell ratings accounted for 33% respectively. However, the average price target given by these analysts is $92.50. With a high of $125 and a low of $40. This reflects the cautious attitude of Wall Street analysts in rating the stock, and the general view that Palantir is currently overvalued. Next, we will take a closer look at Palantir's chart and use technical analysis to determine the main price levels that investors may pay attention to. Let's first look at the hourly chart of the stock. We can see that the stock price fluctuated violently at a low level and released a large number of transactions from April 4th to 11th, which is a signal that long capital entered the market to take over the chips. Then the stock entered a consolidation cycle from April 14th to 22nd, and the stock price did not fall below the key support position and released a large number of transactions again. Here, the long force once again ate up the chips sold in the market, and then the stock price entered an upward trend. The stock began to feel selling pressure on April 28th, but the stock price continued to rise. Although the signal of intraday capital selling became more and more obvious, the trading volume did not increase significantly. This means that the accumulated funds outflowing from the market during this period are limited, and there seems to be a large amount of long capital in the market that has not yet exited the market. This also means that if the stock price adjusts downward significantly, the stock may be supported by long forces again, and a potential double top structure may be formed. Let's take a look at the position distribution data of the stock. We can see that in the past 2 weeks, as the stock price continued to rise, the stock generated a large number of positions in the $96.90 to $124.80 area, and most of the positions in this area were concentrated above $108.90. This means that as the stock price rises further, a large amount of funds flow into the market, and it seems that a large amount of funds have also flowed out of the market. However, the stock currently still has a large number of positions distributed in the area below $96.90, which means that the long capital that entered the market at a low level in April has not completely exited the market. If the stock price falls sharply, the long force may still enter the market again to block the short selling. I think when the stock price falls below the $108.90 level, the stock will enter the support area, and the bulls may successfully block the shorts in the area above $96.90 and push the stock price up again. So will the stock challenge the $124 level again? I think it is possible. The next 2 trading days are very critical. If the stock price can maintain the $108 level, then the stock may even reach the $130 level. I think the chances of the stock falling below $96 in the near term are not high. I think the stock will create a double top pattern. Okay guys, that's my price prediction for Palantir stock. Thanks for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.